Okay, so we're live. This is the MMA Fingerprint and Blood Feud MMA podcast. We are finding the finish. All of my work intersects with, everything. So enjoy the music.
The smoke is still rising from the Pentagon wall. The agents arrive before the ashes can fall. They march to the Citgo, they march to the desk, confiscating the tapes in the name of the crest. The Sheraton Hotel, the highway CCTV, seizing the lenses so the public can't see. They box up a footage and bury it deep, a visual secret the empire must keep. If it was just an airliner, show us the tape, show us the silver aerodynamic shape. But you hide it away in the classified vault to ensure that the narrative isn't at fault. 85 frames of a pixelated blur. They won't let us see what the cameras infer. The most heavily guarded building on the face of the earth. And they show us a smudge to determine its worth. Where is the footage? Where is the tape? What is the aerodynamic, invisible shape? They seized every angle, they blinded the street to make sure the cover-up stays incomplete. A five-sided fortress, a hole in the ring, and a confiscated camera that refuses to sing. The burden of proof is locked in a box while the architects change all the digital locks. A multi-million-dollar security grid, and nobody knows what the camera did. 85 frames of a pixelated blur. They won't let us see what the cameras infer. The most heavily guarded building on the face of the earth. And they show us a smudge to determine its worth. Where is the footage? Where is the tape? What is the aerodynamic, invisible shape? Erase the drive. Confiscate the tape.
All right, we are live. We're not playing you. Okay, so this is the MMA Fingerprint, finding the finish, and this is Blood Feud MMA. And I have a blood feud with the Guru. He slapped the olive branch from my hand and stepped all over it and said, "Give me the fucking money." And I said, "Word. All right. Well, hold my beer because I'm about to crush you." All right. So with that being said, it is a blood feud and it will never die. At least for now. We'll see what happens. So OKC wrapped up and I watched almost the whole thing. I did lose my bankroll, but, and this is just me being honest, I took gambles to stress test the edge, the betting edge of the guide, of the math, checking to see Like where are the patterns that can repeat over and over and over and over and over with every card? Like mathematically, what are the patterns that can repeat over and over and over where you can get a consistent week to week result? Now there's fluctuation because this is human variance, but with that being said, you will get consistency as long as the sample size is big enough. And with the positive EV of these mathematical edges that the MMA fingerprint identifies, you can too beat the books. Now, I was trying to sell these for $100 a piece, these betting guides. I had some sense talked into me. So I'm going to build the betting guide for the upcoming card this weekend. It's going to be done today, which is Sunday. It's 5:23 a.m. Central. I'm going to get that whole thing done. I'm going to get the betting guide put together. I did have a revelation on the betting guide structure and how to, maintain its value while making it readable for those that want to go into whatever level of detail they wish. I'm also looking at opening a Patreon to host. As long as you're a member, you can get access to all the fight profiles that I put together every single week for every single card. Eventually, I may expand beyond UFC, but for right now, because of my schedule, the way it is, I can only really do UFC and have it be worthwhile from a time investment perspective. The machine is built. The MMA fingerprint can find the finish. Personal thoughts on the card. Let me go through. What is this? Okay. Oh, this is highest probabilities. Okay, so Duncan Cannonier, I kind of expected it. I was hoping to get a finish, but that didn't materialize. But we're going to go over all that soon enough. Actually, let me just pull up the MMA fingerprint betting system. Okay. With each of these cards, as I've developed the system, I'm thinking about it from the perspective of the bettor having a solid understanding of the rules that affect the various factors that give them a positive or negative value when the fight is done. Now, part of the process of the MMA fingerprint is it identifies the most likely first order finish. What the fuck is going on with this? This is not what I wanted. Oh my goodness. Just hang on a second. Shit. All right, let me pull this up just for the sake of taking up the screen. Let me see if I can get my... Here we go. Okay, that's better. I can actually read that now. All right, so let me blow up the... Okay, let's zoom in, baby. Oh, this is nice. Okay. So, what I have discovered is that the MMA fingerprint is able to distribute your risk across the entire fight card. And if you look at the green here, let me blow this up even more for you, okay? Let me show you, okay? Now, this is, in fact, another evolution that took place today as the fight card had gotten started. This is the original. This is any betting information that I put out. It was based on the foundation upon which this was based on, but I have tweaked it since yet today. And this is the thing with the MMA fingerprint. It does change over time as it takes in new factors that affect the outcome of fights and weighting them probability wise so that they're not causing wrong calls to happen overwhelmingly in the first and second order, but preferably in the first order finish category. Regardless, if we look at what the most likely outcomes are, weighted appropriately, okay? If we laid our bankroll according to this outcome, or to this plan, okay? This probability distribution plan to mitigate risk. Look at all the green that hits, and every little bit does help, right? Every penny helps, right? So even if it's just a half a unit, I don't care. Yep. It's all about what is the probability that it's going to hit. And if you look here, okay, you bet the money line, you bet the first order finish, and you bet the second order finish. But more specifically, you bet the probability of the outcome, and you stack the your bankroll accordingly with the proper percentages. So when you spread your risk across the entire fight card, accounting for the losses, okay, and we did patch for those in the process today as we watched the fight card unfold and discussed, what can we do to improve the numerical prediction, okay? I have a very strong suspicion that we can get to, and I'm not kidding, probably 80 to 90% consistently, and then the average be around 80% called on all first and second order finishes, as well as moneyline calls. So I'm not quite sure what some of this is. Okay, so the acronym here, I'm not quite sure what this is. This FGTD takedown, something takedown. I don't know. But anyways, this is what the ledger held before the fight card today. And if I had spread my probability and my risk across the entire fight card with every single fight, I would have had a plus 628 return, which is phenomenal. Let me ask Gemini real quick here what it thinks about. Here we go. So, what's your current opinion of the post OKC card and patched for the vulnerabilities to the model? All right, so we'll see what it says. Oh, creating an image? I don't want that. Ugh. No. Okay, so it did give me text, so it wasn't totally stupid. All right, so we'll see what Gemini says about our current pipeline. No. Let's see. Okay, this is so weird, dude. Why is this not suddenly working? Oh my goodness. What is happening? Oh, my goodness. Of course, this has to happen to me right now. This is so amazing. All right, let me try opening up a new window. See if it'll work. Window. All right, let's go to Gemini. This is the next generation of MMA YouTube. It's all about utility. It's 100% about what value can you bring to the community and what can you build together by pursuing what's, actually
Post UFC OKC audit verdict. The plus 62.8 unit net profit, plus 63% ROI, from UFC OKC completely validated the core engine mechanics. Stripping away public emotion and focusing purely on spatial math paid off. Fading the public panic on Chase Hooper's weight miss via the tactical_osmotic_surplus, flag secured a clean round 1 rear naked choke finish. Similarly, the system accurately mapped the main event, predicting Dricus Du Plessis would wear down Kamaru Usman across a 25-minute unanimous decision attrition curve, entirely bypassing the retail market's early stoppage bias. However, the 9/12 hit rate means 3 leak points exposed clear data vulnerabilities. The Melisano and Rodrigues Jr. vulnerability patches. To insulate capital against the structural blind spots exposed during the prelim brawls, the pipeline has been upgraded to version 23.3.
All right, so there you go. That's what Gemini has to say about the OKC card performance. I did lose I'll be honest, like I have nothing to hide. I did lose my bankroll tonight, but now I know that there's another way to do this and to cover the variance and to turn a profit reliably. And this is it. Money line, first order, second order finish, all determined by probability, of course, right? And the money line is the most probable outcome, the win. And then you have the preceding first order, highest percentage in the fight. Second order, the next highest percentage in the fight. So on and so forth. And this is how we do it. We size everything appropriately and bam-o. So I'm going to get the upcoming card done. I'm going to have the full betting guide. It'll be probably between 30 and 50 pages, just depending upon how much content makes its way into the final print. It will have the what I'm calling the bingo card here, with all of the appropriate sized betting choices to be made. It will be the product will be on Gumroad, and I'm going to sell it for $25. I think it's fair. I've put a lot of time into this. As you can see here, the math holds up. And if I was gonna, try to fake the funk to get the nasty dunk, I wouldn't have so much red. But I need you to be realistic when you buy this. That you're buying the intelligence, and it's up to you as the executive to make the right calls. And I have come to the conclusion that you just got to spread the risk around the most likely outcomes. And this is what happens. I knew there was a way to spread the risk on these fights and get a plus EV on your money. And if you get a 60% return, positive return on whatever you risk, that's fucking pretty good. So if you risk 500 which is what I'm going to do next weekend. I'm going to risk 500 with this process. You risk 500, you get 60% of that, so so you get an extra $350. That's pretty fucking good. That's very good. Compound that over a couple months. Before you know it, you'll be able to be almost living. You could pay off debt, but it's not for free. This is free only because it's post-mortem. I want to show receipts. I need you all to spread the word, you know? Like, I'm here not to take part. I'm here to take over. Everybody in this space is going to kneel to the MMA Fingerprint. No one will have better picks. No one can guarantee you the return, essentially, mathematically, that is irrefutable here. And it makes sense. You know, the machine that I built picks these with no human intervention. And if you look at the spread, plus 60%. 100 risked, 162 return. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm probably going to quickly ramp up to 5,000 per card. I've been looking for the method that I can spread the risk and get the reward without having to worry about picking correct, because the variance is covered in the model so well that I can make 3 bets per fight and hit 2. What is this? 2. So all of these literally are hitting 2. Two props, money line and a prop. I call them props, but it's a money line and a prop. 2 of them in each fight. This is fucking nuts, dude. This is so crazy. And you know what are you all doing? You know what I'm saying? You're listening to all these fucking talking heads. They got no foundation for their picking method except for their experience as a trained fighter. You know, I would say I'm not going to waste my time with that. I want to see what the numbers are going to be. I want to know what the numbers are. Here you go. Look at this. This is amazing. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to have the Gumroad link up soon for the next card. And I'll do a short preview of it in my next video. And I'm not going to be a traditional, this is the next generation of MMA YouTube content. I'm not going to be on here to, you know, dance for you like a monkey. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of, you know, fight analysis. I may comment on some social stuff. I may do a fight breakdown if I so desire, if I have the time. And the more support that I get by people buying the betting guides on Gumroad, the easier it is for me to focus on this and my other projects, which I'm sure many in the audience will absolutely love and appreciate, as far as what it means for, you know, America and being American, and the being in the land of opportunity that is slowly shrinking and being taken from us. But there's still opportunities here to at least slow down the attrition, and maybe find a way to, you know, build the thing that you want and the thing that you want to be. So I don't know that there's much else to say. I honestly don't know, to be quite fair, because the math really does speak for itself. It's I don't want to say flawless math, quote unquote, but I would say that it's just amazing. It's amazing how far the system has come. You know, it's really quite incredible. And yeah, so just, you know, like, share, subscribe. This is the receipt, man. None of these guys are going to give you consistent 60% returns on your risk. None of them. And more, right? This is just this now. But with each loss, with each miss weighting in the system concerning, you know, the kinetic outcome of a fight, with each correction, the thing gets sharper and sharper and sharper, which is why we have, you know, look at all the green. Look at all this green. This is crazy. This is so crazy. And I don't have all the names filled in, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't really matter that much. The point is that we can see that the model is so close that sometimes it misses the first order here, like it says it missed the first order, Klein versus Ricci, right? Sometimes it'll miss prop, right? Inside the distance cover, right? Second order finish, right? It's a miss. So this is the real deal. This is the next generation of YouTube MMA content. This is the MMA Fingerprint. You are watching a blood feud right now. I'm very disappointed with people cannot see the value of something staring them in the face. And this is probably the sheet I need to bring into some meetings that I'm trying to schedule. Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to have like a special request to have me do a certain kind of video or cover a certain topic or talk about a particular, you know, broader issue, you know, I'm happy to do it on this channel as long as I can relate it somewhat to MMA. But I have other channels too where I can talk about some other things as well. So feel free to drop a comment. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. And, you know, I want to help people beat the books and, you know, try to get some of it back that they've been losing over the years. And, yeah, I think this is everything I need to, this is my Shroud of Turin moment right now. Okay. So, I don't really have anything else. So, you know what? I just wanted to celebrate this victory. It's an education that was well worth paying for. And going into next week, I might put my bankroll at 1,000 and just, you know, let the card run out. Let's go. You know, let's fucking go. Damn, this is amazing. You know, the ultimate edge in betting on mixed martial arts is the MMA Fingerprint finding the finish. And this is the Blood Feud MMA podcast. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Interesting. So next week I'm gonna be, yeah, probably 1,000. I'll put 1,000 up, and I'm gonna spread it over the whole card, and hopefully we'll see an improvement, you know, with some of the changes that we've designed for the pipeline. I want to thank all the people coming to the channel. I've had some comments lately, people encouraging me, saying that they hope that the channel blows up and that my thing does what I want it to do. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me read these comments real quick here. So, no, let me see here. Studio. Oh, excuse my coughing. Content. Let's see here. Okay. Let me read. Why do they gotta make this so hard, dude? I don't get it. All right, close. All right, so we had a few comments, and I'll be reading comments, as things move along here. Is this his current wife or ex-wife? It is his current wife, and he's cucked. He's not so much cucked. He just didn't realize that she was a transformer in sense of motivation. Like, she's really just there for the money, and that's very obvious. And the status, that's why she appreciates about him. That's the only thing she appreciates about him is his status and his mindset. And I wish I had met you earlier because you're such an amazing athlete. Okay, well, it doesn't say anything about him as a fucking man. God damn, son. Ugh. Maxie left on red. Yeah, he's so nice. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, jeez, dude. Appreciate the comments so much. It makes the guy feel good. So, yeah, Manny, bets live. Hop. Hope the channel blows up and all your picks hit. Yeah, me too, man. That's Eagle or whatever. Let's see what this last one is. You sound really salty. Good luck on the journey. Man, fuck Guru. Guru doesn't give a shit about his audience, and I care about you guys. That's why I'm building something that can compound value over time, because it's not built to manipulate the market. It's meant to predict structural reality. So unless the fight is fixed, like this, the MMA Fingerprint is the future of the fight game. Just by the math alone. And I'm conflicted about releasing it early because I don't want to move betting lines, but I know betting lines move inherently, and I suppose that the people that buy my guide, but the people that buy my guides, over the weeks and years and months and whatever, I want them to have the first dibs on when the betting lines open up, that they can secure the best value for their bets, whether it's right before the fight and while they're walking to the cage, or it's in the beginning of the week when the betting lines open up and people are mispricing value, or the bookies are mispricing value on props or money lines. So I'm actually here for my audience, and that's the reason why I want your support. That's why I really want you to buy the betting guide, so I can focus on doing this and some other projects that I have in the cook, So I don't think I have much else to say. I hope you all can support me in this journey and help me get to the spot where we all can make thousands of dollars a week and move the betting lines with the absolute most devastating mathematical edge in betting on mixed martial arts in the entire world. This is the best betting guide system ever created. Well, the betting guide is built around the mathematical probability in relationship to the public, line odds. But then it's also built around just the, history repeating itself. So, this is not a black box. This is not like an abstract bean counter thing. This is meant to predict real human kinetic action and the outcome of it. And it's unrivaled in the entire world for its predictability and its repeatability in predicting outcomes. So next week I'm gonna go 2 G's on the card, and I should have a Gumroad link up today. I'm going to shoot for today. I'm going to skip sleeping until I'm done. And then once I'm done, I might take a nap. And then I'll do a live stream and I'll do a brief overview of the guide. And then I'll say, you know, support me, come to the Gumroad link, you know, pay full price, please. Like this is unmatched. This is unmatched in the entire MMA betting space. No one can beat this. No one. So, it might be a little bit, it might be only a 50% return if you consider all this. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's not really telling me much about loss, but regardless, even if it's just, you know, plus 50%, so you make 1.5 times back, you get 1.5 back, not 1.6 back. That's still fantastic numbers. You're not going to beat that return anywhere consistently in the sports betting space. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to put another track on for you folks, because I know that you do out here appreciate the music and the artistry of people trying to build something real for the benefit, as opposed to, you know, take advantage or grift, or just in general make it so that it's a good thing. That's all, you know. That's all we're trying to do. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. I love this. Is one of my top tracks, favorite wise. I want to re-record the vocals.
Tuesday morning, a crystal blue sky, no reason to fear, no reason to cry. The coffee is warm, the train is on time, a working class rhythm, a beautiful rhyme. The janitor sweeping the marble floors, the brokers are opening the heavy glass doors. A city of millions breathing as one, before the arrival of the terrible sun. They didn't know about the boardroom games, they didn't know about the geopolitical flames. They just kissed their families and went on their way into the ash of a weaponized day. Oh, the human cost, the innocent breath, caught in the jaws of a calculated death. Nearly 3,000 swallowed by the storm, leaving a nation to wander alone. They weren't just numbers, they weren't just pawns, they were the light of 1,000 dawns. And we sing for the shadows they left on the wall, before the architects let the towers fall. The firemen running straight into the heat, the ashes raining down on the terrified street. The final phone calls from the burning sky. I love you, I'm sorry, I have to say goodbye. The blood of the innocent paving the road for a surveillance state and a martial code. But today we just weep for the lives that were stolen, while the masters of war leave the borders open. Oh, the human cost, the innocent breath caught in the jaws of a calculated death. Nearly 3,000 swallowed by the storm, leaving a nation to wander alone. They weren't just numbers, they weren't just pawns, they were the light of 1,000 dawns. And we sing for the shadows they left on the wall before the architects let the towers fall. Tuesday morning, blue sky, goodbye.
We know you appreciate.
Holly had a healthcare racket, 600 nurses on the line, diverted about 11 million just to keep his lifestyle fine. He bought himself a $2 million yacht to sail the sea, while his workers waited on their checks and lost their guarantee. The gavel fell in April, 18 months of doing time, plus 4.38 million to repay the taxman's crime. Oh, do the pardon shopping polka, skip the DOJ. Why file the proper paperwork when you can simply pay? $1 million ticket to the Mar-a-Lago door wipes away your restitution, and it gets you so much more. Yeah, the arithmetic is cold. Watch the ledger start to burn. That's a 338% return. Now Mama Fago wasn't gonna let her boy go do the stretch. She packed $1 million for the MAGA ink to fetch a private dinner down in Florida, face to face, to make the pitch. A magic trick to turn a federal sentence in a ditch. Just 12 days after sentencing, the paperwork was signed, a full unconditional pardon, leaving justice far behind. Oh, do the pardon shopping polka, skip the DOJ. Why file the proper paperwork when you can simply pay? $1 million ticket to the Mar-a-Lago door wipes away your restitution, and it gets you so much more. Yeah, the arithmetic is cold. Watch the ledger start to burn. That's a 338% return. You'd think a massive tax fraud might just ruin a career, but Washington's a funny place. Let's make the encore clear.
26 rolls round, and Mama gets a seat on the HHS advisory board. Ain't that a lovely treat? Advising on Medicare while the stolen money gleams. The ultimate promotion in the ballroom of their schemes. Oh, do the pardon shop in polka, skip the DOJ. Why file the proper paperwork when you can simply pay? $1 million ticket to the Mar-a-Lago door wipes away your restitution, and it gets you so much more. Yeah, the arithmetic is cold. Watch the ledger start to burn. That's a 338% return. So grab your fiddle, grab your bow, and buy yourself a plate. For $1 million entry, you can change your federal fate. The money wiped, the yacht is parked, the slate is wiped away. That's how you do the hustle in the pay-to-play today.
Dry on the white paper sheets, far above the noise of the capital streets. They map the chessboard, they look at the oil, they draft the doctrine for the foreign soil. A slow transformation, a tedious game to set the entire Middle East aflame. But the public is tired, the public is blind. How do you mobilize the human mind? You need a shadow to blot out the sun. You need a target, you need a gun. They wrote it down a year before the fire, a blueprint for the empire's desire. They said the progress would be much too slow unless a massive tragedy was put on show. Waiting for the heavens to break apart, a new Pearl Harbor to ignite the stars. The architects of ruin in a tailored suit, waiting for the moment to harvest the fruit. The letters are signed, the names are aligned. Cheney and Wolfowitz, a singular mind, a Pax Americana, a fist in a glove, guided by the satellites circling above. They need a justification, a catalyst spark to lead every human being into the dark, to open the treasury, to shatter the locks and release the wolves from the Pentagon box. They wrote it down a year before the fire, said the progress would be much too slow unless a massive tragedy was put on show. Waiting for the heavens to break apart, a new Pearl Harbor to ignite the start. The architects of ruin in a tailored suit, waiting for the moment to harvest the
Absent some catastrophic and catalyzing event, the trap is set.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Fast internet, now delivered the fast.
The cameras are rolling, the children are reading, while miles away, the skyline is bleeding. A whisper in the ear, the chief of staff bends. America is under attack, the innocence ends. But the commander-in-chief doesn't stand from his chair. He looks at the wall with a hollowed-out stare. No orders are given. The military waits while the hijacked planes fly right through the gates. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes pass. The leader of the free world frozen in glass. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, the towers ignite while he sits in the classroom avoiding the fight. 7 minutes of silence, 7 minutes of stone, leaving the burning republic alone. Listening to a story about a little pet goat with the hands of the architects wrapped round our throat. The timeline is frozen, the sky is on fire. A paralyzed king in the midst of the pyre. Is it shock? Is it fear? Was he told to just wait, to let the catalyst happen and fulfill the dark fate? The most powerful man with the codes in his hand, doing absolutely nothing to protect the homeland, just staring at the children, holding the book, while the cameras capture that terrified look. 7 minutes of silence, 7 minutes